Thanks, Russ. You can feel the energy coursing through this arena right now. When we tip off in just a few moments' time, you're going to have multiple first-team All-MAC players on the court. And when you talk about defending some of these players, boy, John Gross and Jeff Bowles have their hands full.
With 7.2 seconds on the clock, Eastern is down just 3. And Damian Miller standing right where I'm standing, ready to inbound the ball. And as you can see right here, he may have taken a step inbounds, which would have meant Eastern basketball. But in the end, a Southern timeout was called, and that may have saved the game for the Tornadoes. And I want to pause things right here to show you what exactly went wrong for the Eagles on this defensive possession. You're going to see all 5 Eagles defending inside. However, they forget a big thing. Caden Kempton down low, a crucial scorer for the Trimble Tomcats. And as you see, he makes him pay with a beautiful finish inside over Cooper Barnett. And that allows for Trimble to extend what would be an eventual win.
You know, Mata, it might sound like a law firm, but Walters and Reed run the show for Logan Elm. Blayton Reed has this uncanny ability to break arm tackles, and he just wore down that Circleville front. Walters, no slouch either, as he can toss the rock, and he can tuck it and run as well, and he's not afraid of contact. It is a powerful two-headed monster.
January, February, bowls. We're just a few short weeks away from March, and as the calendar flips, the Ohio men's basketball team are heating up at the right time.
And what can you say about your intensity? I see you down on the floor making every play matter, and you care about every single play.
This is my last week in the Congo playing games. That's all that needs to be said, man.
I'm Ethan Sargeant, 55-54 here at the start of the fourth quarter. I was just inside the Ohio huddle, and it was a spirited huddle from Coach Bob Bolden. The biggest thing that he wants is for the Bobcats to move the ball around more and attack the spaces. And the other thing that he did was he colored in that whiteboard that he's got and screamed, "Get in the paint." He wants his Bobcats to use their size down low, and then the last thing he had was finish strong. It's the final frame. They got to lock in. Back up to you, Mark.
Coach Jay Reynolds says it's so important to have scorers at every single level. And you'll see there, Noah Cremines just can't quite get his feet right, flat-footed, and that allows Colton Lloyd to move past him and put the ball up into the basket for an easy tray.
And it means just a little bit more for Jaya McClure. You just mentioned it's her freshman year. This is her first opportunity to taste that battle of the bricks. And she's had a very short and sweet quote to sum it up when we talked to her earlier today. If they don't like us, we don't like them.
Mata, the LCL Buckeye is going to be must-watch TV this season, and this game proves why. The deck was reshuffled, and the Granville Blue Aces were looking for a royal flush against the Hornets of Licking Heights. Picking up on Granville's second drive, Ernsberger tosses it to junior Dante Verasso, and my goodness, what a grab. He comes back for it. Granville leads 6-0. Moving forward, the Hornets needed a spark, and they got it from DJ Fillmore, who blocks the punt and takes it back himself to give Licking Heights the 7-6 lead. Granville's attempting to come back late in the second, but oh no, the Grease Pig gets loose on the goal line, and it's picked up by the Hornets, and they weren't done, as quarterback Deuce Caldwell tosses up a prayer to Josiah Ayers, and by God, it is answered. Catch of the year candidate, and Licking Heights would score on the drive to make it 14-6 at the half. The Hornets would just keep on buzzing in the second half. 2 long, bruising touchdown drives to extend the lead to 28-6. Hang on though, Granville wasn't done yet, recovering 2 onside kicks, but the Hornets would just about hang on. Granville's deck folds, 28-18.
The Eastern Lady Eagles came away victorious in tonight's playoff divisional semifinal against the Paint Valley Lady Bearcats by the score of 41-26. The story of the night was right here at the Charity Stripe. The Lady Bearcats shot just 40% from the line, hitting only 8 of their 20 attempts. Meanwhile, it was the opposite story for the Lady Eagles. They'd shoot 86% of their free throws, 12 out of 14.
So Jeff Bowles, he said, hey, that was a great shot by Enrique Freeman. Well, we can't let that affect us. We got to do better. We got to take our open three-pointers. Bobcats haven't hit a 3 in over 5 minutes. Got to do a better job of converting your opportunities. Back up to you guys.
Family ties in a football program is commonplace in high school football. But when both sons, their dad, and the program they play for is elite, it's a special story. So we have special guest Ethan Sargeant, and he has more on these Ironmen.
Thanks, Grayson. Before we recap tonight's All-Star main event, the Jackson Ironmen had the assurance of Cade and Bodie Wolford leading the way. I traveled to Alumni Stadium to understand not only what makes these brothers tick, but what it means to be a Wolford in Jackson.
The Wolford name carries a lot of weight in Jackson, Ohio. Recently, I was able to sit down with Jackson's star running back, Cade Wolford, and star quarterback, Bodie Wolford.
Just what's it like, playing with your brother?
It's a pretty incredible opportunity. Obviously, not many people get to say they played with their brother at the varsity level. We've connected through the air a couple times for a touchdown. It's been a very special moment, not only for us, but also our family as well.
The Wolford legacy is generational. Caden Bodie's father, Shane, was a star running back in the 1990s, and now he's living his dream of seeing his sons play together.
We had always joked around about, hey, maybe someday one will be the quarterback and one will be the running back. So, it started a long time ago.
The brothers have not walked the same path, but both are living out their dreams on the gridiron.
Yeah, it's awesome having the legacy, Wolford legacy, and it's definitely some big shoes to fill, but it's great too, fill those shoes.
The Wolford brothers have both been living and breathing Jackson Ironman football since the day they were born, and carrying out the weighted legacy has been a tall task. Coach Andy Hall knows they're both up for it.
Well, I know they're real excited about this, and I know their parents are too. Cade being the senior, this is the only chance they get to play together.
The Wolfords know that each game they play together could be their last. Cade's keen on that not being anytime soon.
We want to make a deep playoff run. We've never won the regional title here at Jackson, so that's something we're looking to go after this year. So we definitely want to just enjoy every moment, take it all in, and then make it a deep playoff run.
For more on how the brothers fared in their matchup tonight against Bloom Carroll, stay tuned. We'll have a full breakdown in studio later in the show.
Ethan, thanks so much for your work and insight.
The times are changing in Pataskala. Watkins football came into this season with a number of unwanted records. The Warriors had not finished with a winning record since 2015, had not made the Division II playoffs since 2012, and had not won a conference title since they won the Ohio Capital Conference in 2006. After a stellar 2022 campaign, consider all three completed. They clinched at least a share of the LCL title and will be hosting a D2 playoff game at Warrior Stadium. Head coach Darren Waters, in his second year, has changed the perception around the Watkins football program, and it all starts with culture.
Our catchphrase is we talk about lead the pack, and then PAC stands for pride, accountability, and competitiveness, or to compete, and that it can't just be posters or slogans on the wall, but it's got to be actions and an effort to live out those things.
Outside of building the Warrior way, Coach Waters has plenty of talent on both sides of the football to work with. On offense, Watkins has a dynamic two-headed rushing attack, quarterback Patrick Carney and running back Davion Long. The two combined for 206 rushing yards and 4 scores in last week's win over Zanesville, and they're showing no signs of slowing down.
There's more than one leader on this team. A lot of the seniors, a lot of the juniors, showed really good examples in the offseason, showing their leadership and commitment, which brought a lot of the younger guys up, and even some of the juniors and seniors kind of come along too as it.
For us, we're always in a work mindset. Like we preach, go 1-0 every day, and not look forward, but what's ahead of us. But we focus on that and we work every single day.
You also can't bring up the Warriors without talking about their defense. They've only given up more than 21 points once since week 3, and they've got talent and experience at every spot. Defensive captain Luke Mumford helps to anchor a ferocious unit.
I think the film study in here helps a lot, knowing what they're going to do before they do it, just how physical we are. Understanding how they're lined up, and it's really just getting after them. Outside linebackers getting there fast, inside backers.
Watkins has punched well above their weight this season, but they've got bigger things on their mind.
Obviously, we're not done yet. We don't want to share anything, and we're going to keep working.
Reporting for Gridiron Glory, I'm Ethan Sargeant. The success stories continue to roll in for the 7-3 Ohio football team, who are inching closer to a MAC title berth. While there's headlines all over the field, one name stands out: Sam Wiglutz. He's forged an instant connection with Curtis Rourke and garnered national attention for his performances. He had a unique path to Peden Stadium and the Bobcats football program. After graduating from Brecksville Broadview Heights High School in Northeast Ohio, he walked on at Ohio State, otherwise known as wide receiver U. Led by Hallmark receivers coach Brian Hartline, the Buckeyes have sent countless talented receivers to the NFL, and the talent just keeps on flowing in Columbus, as Marvin Harrison Jr. has been one of the best receivers in the country in a stacked receiver room. Marvin Harrison Jr. and a number of the Buckeyes receivers came to Peden Stadium to watch, as Wiglutz put up 131 yards and 2 scores in Ohio's 45-24 victory over Buffalo 2 weeks ago. And after learning under and with the best, Wiglutz credits plenty of his success this season to his tutelage under Hartline and the brotherhood at OSU.
There's guys that may be faster than others, stronger than others, or neither of those things. I might not be the most physically gifted, but I took a lot away from what he taught. And there's guys of all different kinds of statures and builds that came from Ohio State and are doing well in the NFL.
His development has not slowed down in Athens. Dwayne Dixon is also one of the premier receiver coaches in the country, and he's continued to push Sam to reach the highest level.
Sam's a good coachable player that takes the information from the classroom, the illustrations he sees, he's able to matriculate it and make it useful on the field. He's one of those guys that he loves the game, he loves competing. He's been at a place that he's seen some great players play, and he wants his opportunity.
Wigletts has exploded onto the college football scene with 59 catches for 714 yards and 9 touchdowns through 10 games, and he's far from finished.
So far, I think we're very happy with where we're at. Every goal that we could have had preseason is still in front of us, so that's all you can ask for, getting late into the season. So we just got to keep executing, and hopefully we'll end up where we want to be.
As the Bobcats continue their push for a first MAC title since 1968, they'll count on Wigletts to lead a talented receiver room. Reporting for Bobcat Showcase, I'm Ethan Sargeant.